Hey everyone, so today we're going to be diving into a hot topic that's been all over the news and social media. Ozempic. This drug, originally designed to help people with diabetes, has become a major trend for its weight loss benefits. But as with any trend, there's a dangerous downside. And it's not just about the misuse, there's a real impact on those who actually need this medication, with many people struggling all across the world to its access. It's because it's become so popular for off-label use. We're going to explore the risks associated with this craze and how it can lead to the loss of touch of reality, especially for those who aren't prescribed Ozempic for diabetes. But I'm not just sharing my thoughts on this. I've got a few clips of a surgeon who's going to weigh in and give his expert opinion on this matter. He'll break down the medical side of things and what the risk we should all be aware of and why it's crucial to use this drug responsibly. So stick around for some eye-opening insight and let's get into it.
Ozempic, we know you didn't do that alone.
If you're thinking about taking Ozempic for short-term weight loss, as a surgeon who's been involved with weight loss surgeries, let me tell you the truth. Research shows that most people who stop Ozempic will regain most of their original weight. This study of almost 2,000 adults showed that patients who stopped Ozempic regained 2/3 of the lost weight within a year. The question then becomes, do you actually need to chase weight loss at all costs or at the cost of taking medications for life? And the answer to that might be yes if the alternative is life-threatening chronic metabolic diseases. For the select group of patients who would actually benefit from Ozempic, it's got a far lower risk profile than major weight loss surgery, which literally involves rearranging your guts. And it can still offer similar weight loss benefits and be far less invasive. So in specific cases, Ozempic can be a game changer for the treatment of obesity. But for someone who is slightly overweight or a normal weight and taking Ozempic to shed a few kilos or get that summer six-pack, the risk-benefit ratio of Ozempic does not land favorably. In the pursuit of a six-pack, are you willing to risk a side effect like pancreatitis, an inflammation of the pancreas which can be lethal? Ultimately, as the data shows, Ozempic alone is not sufficient for sustainable long-term weight loss. It has to be combined with lifestyle changes, including dietary habits and exercise.
But here's something that I want to ask all of you. Do you really think that it's worth it? Is chasing some quick weight loss worth the potential long-term side effects that could affect your health down the line? What happens to just going to the gym, going for a few walks, or even just making some simple changes to your diet? I get that losing weight is hard, but are we so focused on the fast results that we're forgetting about the value of taking care of our bodies the right way? Let me know what you think in the comments, because this is something that we should definitely be talking about.
The downside of taking Ozempic. Now, this is just what I experienced, but I'm gonna come in hot and kind of gross. And it's the brown logs. They stink way worse than the normal average. You know, when you can't handle your own funk. Yeah, that type of. I think it's because the point of the medicine is to empty out your digestive tract slower. So I guess it stays in your system a little bit longer and keeps you full as well. So by the time it gets out of you, whew, pewee. Another thing is I'm always thirsty. I don't know why I'm always drinking water. I'm guzzling water. I drink at least a gallon of water a day, but that helps as well with weight loss. And just make sure you drink that water, keep that water intake going. Another symptom, which is weird, is I find that I feel like my breath stinks. And I brush my teeth every day, twice a day sometimes, you know, and I don't never have, you see, I have pretty good teeth, not to brag, you know, I got good oral hygiene, but for some reason, breath be hot. Also, I can't drink coffee anymore. I tried the other day and I spit it out. I think it's because it helps with people who have that A word, and you know, so if you are you're not going to be anymore. It's going to take all that away from you. Let me know some of the negative experience you've had with Ozempic. I know a lot of people have had nausea. Some people have constipation. Some people had diarrhea, but I haven't had any of those. Thank goodness.
Oh, while we're having this conversation, I'm going to say a couple things about weight loss, okay? But while we're having this conversation about weight loss and what it does to you mentally, socially, what have you, I would just want to talk about Ozempic for a second, okay? I'm on Ozempic, not for weight loss, okay? I'm on Ozempic specifically because it controls my blood sugar. I'm a fucking diabetic. I'm diabetic. And I am so fucking sick and tired of the way you all talk about Ozempic. Ozempic body, Ozempic face, Ozempic baby, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Shut up. Because the part that a lot of you really should be talking about is the fact that those medications, those GLP-1 medications that you all are talking about endlessly, these are diabetes medications. They are medications for diabetics, such as myself. And because everybody's popularized them for fucking weight loss, there are a lot of diabetics that cannot get their medication. They cannot get them. Like, please, can we check back in with reality and not just focus on the weight loss part of it? Some of us are ill. Some of us are chronically ill and need that medication. Oh, and as somebody who has had weight loss surgery, literal weight loss surgery, you all keep talking about like people are manic because they're blah, 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 which may or may not be true. I don't diagnose people online, but I will say this from experience. Once you have weight loss medication and your stomach is smaller, you stop absorbing things like you normally would. I can no longer absorb iron into my body easily. Like at least once a year, I have to get a transfusion of iron. And I'm finally at double digits. But anyways, here's my point. You specifically have to take bariatric vitamins after weight loss surgery. And if you don't take them, you'll start to have depressive episodes. And if you do for that for a long period of time, you can get other medications for that depression, which you may not know is because of your vitamin intake. Which once you start taking those vitamins again, you have a whole host of chemicals in your body that don't know how to interact with each other. So you have to watch your medications very carefully once you start having weight loss surgery. And that's all I'll say about that. I don't think it's drugs. I think that when you have weight loss surgery, there's a whole host of chemical issues that are happening with your body that nobody really explains to you in depth.
And you know, this whole situation with Ozempic reminds me of the trends that we see with celebrities, from veneers to BBLs to lip fillers. These things used to be exclusive to Hollywood, but now they're so easily accessible to everyday people. And because of that, we feel the pressure to keep up, to change our bodies in extreme ways just to fit some ideal. But honestly, it cannot be so healthy, right? So I'll make myself an example here. I'm 8 weeks postpartum, and trust me, it's a journey. There's definitely that desire to lose all that baby weight as fast as possible, especially when you see others bouncing back so quickly. But again, I have to ask, is it worth it? Is it worth risking your health for the sake of quick results? The side effects, the potential long-term damage. Are we trading one set of problems for another? Okay, so I have a real question here. If you're on Ozempic for medical reasons, like such as diabetes, are there side effects that you wish you didn't experience? If so, can you please comment it down below? I would love to get some more insight on this situation. But if you are on Ozempic for just personal reasons, just like you want to lose weight or whatever you want to fit in, may you please drop down below why, I guess, your reason is for taking Ozempic if you feel comfortable with doing so. Also, what side effects have you experienced? Have you lost weight so quickly that you will continue to do it? Or are you going to be on it for a period of time, a short period of time, a long period of time? Are you not seeing the results that you'd expect to see in whatever period of time or time frame that others were experiencing their rapid weight loss? Please let us know down in the comment section below. But to those who are diabetic and on Ozempic, please let me know. Is there a shortage when you go in for your prescription? Is there a shortage? Is it available? Or do you care that others are using this for weight loss? And have you experienced weight loss while being on it, even though you are a diabetic? But my question is, does it matter to you? Do you think that others should just mind their business and let people do what they want to do? Or what? I'm just curious. I honestly believe that this should be a safe space for us to discuss these issues that are going on in the world. So let me know, please, and thank you.
Just go work out, eat well, go to the gym. Diet and exercise does not work for everybody. My thoughts on Ozempic really are mind your business.
One thing people got to realize when it comes to weight loss, you got to have a mindset shift.
You have to realize I took these steps to become overweight. I lived this sedentary lifestyle and I was not active. That's how I became overweight. You got to be receptive to new information. Then there's behavior change. Did you burn 3,500 calories this week? No. 3,500 calories is 1 pound. Did you cut out alcohol? Did you cut out fast food? Did you cut out fried foods? Did you increase your protein? Did you drink more water? The answer is probably no to all of these, and the solution is not to get Ozempic or weight loss surgery. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. In a world where people be looking for a reason not to work out, this is not what they need to hear. I'm sorry.
You know what makes Ozempic so dangerous? That it might just level the playing field a little bit. Sort of a cultural shift, messing with the norm a bit. Society tells us if you're in a larger body and you struggle with your weight, you are less than. You are not as good as people in smaller bodies or don't have as much discipline. So Ozempic is very dangerous and threatening to the societal norms. And the reason people are so worried about the dangers of Ozempic has nothing to do with the active ingredients in the medication. It has everything to do with the fact that the medication is being prescribed for weight loss. Because if we actually take the time to look at the research and data, we see that these medications are not dangerous. There's always a risk with every medication, but the fear-mongering around Ozempic is wild. So Ozempic is very, very dangerous for a lot of people in society. But someone like me who's on the medication, it's life-changing and game-changer.
Why are we shocked that thin people are taking Ozempic? I just saw a TikTok come up on my For You page of this influencer who's already very thin talking about how she's taking Ozempic. And the comments, people are so shocked, so blown away by the fact that someone who does not need to be taking Ozempic for weight loss is taking Ozempic. Guys, influencers and celebrities been taking Ozempic before it was legalized to be used as a weight loss drug. They've been taking it. If you have money, you can get your hands on Ozempic. Stop being so surprised that celebrities and influencers are getting their very thin bodies from Ozempic. This is not new. This is not a new thing. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. But that's the reality of the situation.
Another thing we have to consider is how this obsession with quick fixes is affecting our mental health. We live in a world where instant gratification is everything, and that applies to weight loss too. But the reality is, true health takes time. The constant comparison to celebrities or influencers who are using shortcuts like Ozempic, veneers, or surgery can really mess with our self-esteem. It makes us feel like we're not doing enough or that we're failing if we don't have the perfect body overnight. But let's be real, health isn't just about how fast we can shed pounds or change our appearance. It's about balance, sustainability, and feeling good in our own skin, whether that takes months or even years. How do we balance with the pressure to look a certain way now? And how do we stay patient in the world that rewards quick fixes?
This is the video that you need to watch before you even think of going on Ozempic. The craziest thing that I feel like people don't realize is that Ozempic has actually been around the block for a while. But in more recent years, its off-label use has actually been weight loss. Yes, you best believe the company manufacturing this drug are making a killing. Just have a look at their stock price. If anything, I feel like Ozempic is becoming the vehicle in order for people to act out their eating disorders. Fundamentally, this is a medication. It's not a sweet, it's not a gummy. And I find it very interesting, verging on quite concerning actually, when medications become mainstream, like it's some new lip gloss. What a lot of people don't realize is that Ozempic not only dissolves fat, but it also wastes away at muscles. That's why you get that classic Ozempic face and figure. And so if you're gonna actually go on it, make sure that you're actually working out, so then you're compensating for that kind of muscle mass loss. And the way that Sally responds to it down the road is gonna be quite different to how you might potentially respond to it. And it goes without saying saying the potential risks, well, the risks that we currently know about, do not outweigh the risks that are associated with diabetes and being in that pre-diabetic state. Of course, by no means are people beholden to telling every single detail of their life, but I think particularly where you're maybe a bit more front-facing, I think there's a bit of a responsibility just to let the girlies know that you're taking Ozempic. The babes out there that are watching you are going to be comparing themselves. They're like, well, I went on a weight loss journey. I'm roughly the same size as her, and actually a year later, I still haven't gotten down to the size that she is now. There must be something wrong with me. No, baby. Significant weight loss done in a healthy way takes a lot of time, okay? Where is the end point? Where is this leading to? Also, I don't know if you've been hearing, but a lot of the babes that have been on Ozempic are saying that they're getting pregnant, but particularly in the context of where they've been struggling for years to get pregnant. Potential mechanisms behind that is because estrogen is actually stored in the fat, and where you're getting that vast breakdown of fat, that then releases estrogen levels increase, and therefore making you more fertile. A really interesting seeming off-label benefit of this medication. Long story short, what I want to stress is that I'm not your doctor, I'm just simply giving opinions. And just because it's safe for insert celebrity name doesn't mean it's going to be safe for you.
Everybody wants to lose weight and everybody wants to take Ozempic. But there are some things that you need to know before you take Ozempic or any other GLP-1 med. And a lot of these things I'm going to say, you're not going to like. So let's just jump right in. When you start taking a GLP-1 med and you lose weight, if you take the medicine away, there is a strong possibility that you will gain all of your weight plus more back, especially if you have not developed a routine when it comes to your meal plan, a routine when it comes to your body, and a routine when it comes to your mindset and your role on your weight loss journey. You see, a lot of people don't know these meds are used to treat a chronic disease. That disease is called obesity. Obesity is a chronic disease just like all the others. For example, diabetes, you treat that chronically, long term. Cardiovascular disease, you treat that chronically, long term. Autoimmune diseases, you treat those chronically, long term. So now that you know that, there's no need for you to start the medicine if you don't plan on A, taking it long term, or B, teaching yourself routines that you can manage effectively to prevent gaining your weight back. And time out. I'm not fussing, I'm educating. Okay, let's get back to it. So number 2, when you take a GLP-1 med like Ozempic, you will have gastric symptoms, side effects. Side effects like nausea, constipation, diarrhea, dehydration, headaches, sulfur burps, fatigue, body aches. I can go on. But one thing I can tell you, your good days will outweigh your bad, and dealing with minor side effects as opposed to staying in an inflammatory state secondary to obesity, exacerbating all of your other comorbidities, that's like a no-brainer. Do you want to be healthy and take a injection every day, or do you want to risk MIs, myocardial infarctions, strokes, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, fatty liver disease, sleep apnea? I can really go on. Any side effect that you get while you're on a GLP-1 medication, you can go right to the local CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Walmart, Kmart, Target, and get you some over-the-counter medication to treat your symptoms. Let's be clear. These are not emergency room symptoms. You can treat this stuff at home. And oh God, you're really not gonna like this one. If you have a lot of weight to lose, expect loose skin. Expect loose skin, especially if you come over here and you decide that you want to lose weight rapidly. What's going to happen is you're going to lose body weight, you're going to lose fluid because you were retaining, but you're also going to lose muscle. It's going to make you weak, you're going to be fatigued, you're going to have loose hanging skin, and now, Houston, we have another problem. So when you decide to get on GLP-1 meds, your mindset has to be prepared that at some point in your journey, preferably the beginning, you're going to have to do some type of resistance training, some type of strength training, some type of preservation of your muscle mass. Protein is definitely important in this particular situation. Number 4, expect shortages. Just because you get a prescription, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get your branded versions at the pharmacy, because they have been having a lot of distribution issues. Expect the unexpected. Have a plan A, a plan B, C, and D. And also familiarize yourself with compounded versions, semaglutide, tirzepatide, because at some point you may or may not have to lean to compounded versions of these medications. They're amazing. I'm on them. I'm maintaining a 74-pound weight loss, and I'm extremely happy with Amble Health, y'all. The link is in my bio. Amble Health. And number 5, y'all, I really could go on, but I'm going to leave y'all here. Come to the realization that there are just some awful people in the world. Okay, we have a lot of miserable people that don't understand these meds. They're not educated on it. They don't know the clinical trials. They don't know the evidence-based practice material. They don't know nothing. So expect to be ridiculed. Expect for people to not understand why you're choosing this option. Grow some tough skin, but at the end of the day, come over here, do what you got to do, take care of business, get a really good meal plan, get a good workout plan, be compliant, be consistent, and I'll see you at your goals. Take care. We'll talk soon.
As we close, I want to ask you all, do you think this pressure to achieve fast results is taking away from our ability to focus on long-term health and well-being? How do you stay grounded when it feels like everyone around you is chasing quick fixes? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comment section down below. And before I go, thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to check out some of my other content. I cover a wide range of topics that I'm sure you will enjoy. So make sure you like, share, and of course, subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. Until next time, God bless y'all and take care. Bye!
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?